You're tuned into the It's Real podcast with your hosts, Kayla Kallander and Andrew Yaggie. Each week, we'll talk about what happens behind the scenes working full-time in real estate and share with you real-life stories, our successes and failures as we work to help consumers and industry professionals reach their real estate and real-life goals. Here we go. Welcome to episode 1 of the It's Real podcast. I'm Andrew Yaggie, and I'm a real estate agent.
Hi, I'm Kayla Kallander, and I'm a home mortgage lender.
Kayla, how's it going today?
It's warming up here in Fargo. We are seeing, it was 36 yesterday, Andy, so everyone had shorts on. So we're seeing a light at the end of this winter tunnel. So it's going fabulously. How about where you're at?
You know, it's going really well. Sounds like you're like the mortgage meteorologist or something.
One would say. It's funny, they actually do call me that. So
Funny.
just like you can't really always predict the weather, you can't always predict what's going to happen in rates and mortgage world. So the job is you find someone that can try to help. So
Absolutely. And we'll dig into that a little bit. Excited to talk about that as we kind of provide guidance, for individuals, for consumers, even for other professionals in our industries, and kind of share what we're seeing and hopefully be a guiding light. But you're looking pretty festive today. Tell us about your red you're wearing.
Yes, I'm wearing red today because it is Giving Hearts Day. So that's a huge thing here in the area where people truly just give to their favorite nonprofit charities. I'm a big fan of Homeward Animal Shelter, so I will be for sure donating to them. I'm actually even hosting a broker open today where we will be able to have those that are attending donate to their nonprofit of choice. And with every donation, they get a hug from me. So that's positive.
And actually, just what a great prompt or reminder, because obviously there's so much noise out there, and even for a number of organizations that I'm affiliated with and some nonprofits where I serve on boards, well aware of it, but it's really easy, to get tied up in the day-to-day.
Yeah, it's just like a good reminder, and it's like everyone comes together, wears red, and everyone gives, and it's a fun thing that we're doing here in Fargo. So
I was reminded, and Giving Hearts Day, not just in Fargo, but it is Giving Hearts Day a nationwide.
Yeah.
I
know that it's really blossoming and flourishing. So if you pull it up, you'll see a lot of people on your Instagram today that are supporting it.
Well, I even walked into the break room in the building that I'm in, where we have 3 different tenants, and one of the tenants, Valley Christian Counseling Center, they're actually based in Fargo and here in Fergus Falls, Minnesota, where I'm at, have an office, and they had balloons and had cookies to kind of celebrate Giving Hearts Day, and again, likely a reminder to, hey, think of us or think of your favorite nonprofits.
Right. Yeah, it's a time to think.
Giving Hearts Day, but you have some other exciting things going on today.
Yeah, it's really picked up, Andy. I don't know what you're seeing, but I have a lot of exciting things going on, whether it's connecting with people in the community, or truly we're seeing this market pick up. What are you seeing the same, Andy, on your end?
Yeah, we're really seeing a lot of buyers come out of the woodwork. And, last fall, I think we got especially into the later fall when rates really started rising. A lot of buyers, really pulled back. It's like someone, hit the e-brake, so to speak. And, demand almost dried up overnight. And thus there were a lot of homes that didn't sell. They went expired, or maybe the seller canceled their listing agreement, just took their homes off the market because there just wasn't any activity, or perhaps the homes weren't priced for the market. But yeah, we're really seeing a lot of buyers. In fact, I was talking in passing with another individual who works in banking, and said they've really seen an influx, especially of millennials and younger, coming in and saying, hey, we're maybe not quite ready to get pre-approved, but we are really curious about what's involved, because hey, we really we're ready to buy a house. So there are a lot of buyers out there. There just is not a lot of inventory in our region. And even talking to agents across the country that I connect with, I was talking to a friend of mine who is in Texas, another one yesterday who's in Philadelphia, and kind of the same story, just not enough inventory for the number of buyers out there.
But you said something that really struck a chord with me, is people they don't do this every day. You don't go through a mortgage application or start looking for, I mean, you might look at homes every day online, but a lot of people don't know what to expect. And they ask, well, what should I do? When do I get approved? How soon should I get approved? And I love that you said that your clients ask that, or potential clients ask that, because I always say there is never a time besides today that's that you could get approved that could be sooner. Like, do it now.
Yeah.
If you prepare, you at least know, yes, your mortgage approval will need to get refreshed if it is, after 4 months. But what I'm afraid that we'll see is people won't get approved, and then rates hopefully will come down and inventory may come up, and then there might be a frenzy. And that's the last thing that I've ever wanted for my clients, is that they find their home and they haven't even gone through the approval process.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why when people are asking, when should I get approved? Now. Even if you're not looking for a year, go now, because you never know what might show up on your credit. You never know. What if you have a job change? What if you have a divorce? What if you're looking to upgrade sooner because you're expecting a baby? Like, life happens. So that's one tidbit that if I could leave with our audience is, if you're even thinking about getting approved, start today. You probably agree with that.
I would agree. And, I think you see things, maybe slightly different, because usually when people are coming to you, they're pretty motivated.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, I need it. And oftentimes, as you've told me before, it's at the 11th hour. Hey, I need this pre-approval right now to put this offer in. And as I always tell buyers, if you're waiting to get pre-approved till you're ready to put an offer in, you're probably too late. You're probably going to miss out on the house. In our region, I think we're seeing an average 4 to 5 offers on a home, things selling over asking price. I had a little bit of a funny experience the other day, because most often, we have people come to us, hey, I just want to see a house. And, we need to make sure that we are spending our time wisely, because there are a lot of people that want to look at homes, but we only have time to work with the most motivated of buyers. And it's kind of a team effort, Kayla. So we're going to do our part to help you win, but you have to do your part. And I had a buyer the other day that came to me, and I'm kind of trying to qualify him and say, and ask about his living situation and kind of his timeline, to better gauge, to see if he's even in a position to buy, and if he'd been pre-approved. And he told me, he said, no, I haven't yet. I've been always told that buying a house is like shopping for a car. When you find it, you figure it out then.
No.
I never heard that one before, but I had another buyer a couple of weeks ago when I was trying to qualify her and ask her, and she kind of was a little bit offended and was like, well, why are I don't need to talk about the financing piece until I know if I like a house. And are you worried about wasting your time? I said, yeah, I am worried about wasting my time. And I'm also worried about wasting your time, because part of my job as a professional, if you work with me and we have a buyer's representation agreement in place, I have a fiduciary duty to you. And part of that duty, even though, wasting time isn't a fiduciary duty, but I'm not going to take you to look at a property that your financing maybe isn't going to qualify for.
Right.
So it's just really interesting, all of the people and the individuals that we run into every day.
Right. And you want to know what's really cool is, when a client is approved, there are some really awesome success stories where, even last week I had a client make an offer. They were approved, Andy, like ready to go. They knew their budget. They sent me the property before they went to look at it. I ran the numbers, but not only do I run the numbers, not only do I say, here's your payment, here's what you need to bring to closing on the day of closing out of your pocket. Like, who doesn't want to know that? And on top of it, we discuss, what are the closing costs, because that's another piece. So what we did is we kind of teed it up, and we said, okay, here's your down payment, here's your monthly payment, but it's going to be about $6,000 in closing costs. If you're not comfortable bringing that, or you want to negotiate that, dang, this is what you can do, and go to the seller and ask for them to consider providing for you. So if you're not coming prepared, you don't even know to ask that. The realtor, you, Andy, maybe you have an idea of closing costs, but maybe it's a different size property, or it's a different program. How cool if your lender said, hey, Andy, hey, client, here's what you need to do. Here's what everything's going to be. And that's the clients got the deal and they got all their closing costs covered. So
Mhm.
when you do it right, it pays to just be prepared.
Yep, absolutely. So I guess really in summary, and I think that's a great takeaway. But really, we're starting to see the market heat up.
Yeah.
A lot of interested buyers. I think the outlook is going to be not a lot of homes for sale. I think it's going to be a pretty
Mhm.
tight but a pretty stable market. Kayla, we're still seeing. I was conversing with my friend Chris, who's an agent out in Philadelphia, and we were talking the other day about how someone asked him, about the market crash, and just talked about, well, I'm really waiting, for the market to crash and then I'm going to buy. But and kind of his response is, what crash? There really, there may be, some economic recession. We keep hearing about it. We're seeing indicators, some large corporations, laying people off. We're seeing, some of those signs, but I think the housing market's going to be pretty stable. And what about rates? I mean, you've been at some conferences lately, and you probably look at more information than I do. But what are the key indicators saying for rates?
When we look at the trend, we follow, and when I say we, I mean us mortgage lenders, people that are in finance. You follow that thing called the CPI report, right? That
Yep.
is your indicator of inflation. So,
And what's CPI, Kayla?
Consumer Pricing Index. So, and
Perfect.
if you Google CPI, you can find it. Also, I tell people follow the MBA, the Mortgage Bankers Association. That is a really cool graph that shows what rates have done, what rates are doing, and what they're expected to do. Now, is it going to be 100% accurate? Of course not. But for me, it gives me hope to see, okay, I mean, I saw a 4 on there. And I saw a 4 on there within the next, 12 to 18 months. So for me, I'm seeing that as a positive in terms of people that are buying homes right now have the ability to buy a home at no competition right now. Yes, maybe a little, but not like it was, Andy. The competition was so thick before. They were offering way over asking, which that just was the market, but with low interest rates. So what I'm seeing is pretty hopeful right now is get into this house at, I'm just going to say a rate at 5.875. Get into that house. If rates go up, good thing you got 5.875. But if they go down, we have clients that are kind of in this perfect position to get the house without the competition. And hopefully, according to the MBA, according to the CPI, what we're seeing every month is that rates hopefully should trend down come Q3 ish. Now, again, I will disclose we don't know for sure, but that's what the forecasts are saying. So I don't know about you, Andy, but that makes me pretty hopeful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
So, well, I think the takeaway for today, Kayla, is, if you're out there, if you're in the market, connect with a professional of your choice, very early, and stay in communication. Again, even if you're thinking that, I'm not going to buy something today or tomorrow,
Yeah.
go through the hoops, touch base, connect with a real estate agent, kind of put together that battle plan.
Mhm.
And if anyone's out there watching it, looking to buy, or if you're looking to sell and want to talk a little bit about the market, and even you're thinking, hey, I'm going to wait to sell until we're done with our son or daughter's graduation or some other milestone. Let's have a conversation today so we
Yeah.
can talk about the process, any potential improvements. I'm going to tell you, what would make sense, what's going to net you more money, and help you be more successful in the sale. And equally, if you're another professional out there, maybe you're a real estate agent or a lender, we love to network. I love to network. I know you love to network, Kayla. You go to a ton of events, so we'd love to connect with you as well.
Love it. Yeah. And the thing is sometimes it might just be a conversation to start, but you never know where that conversation leads, whether you're an agent, a lender, a consumer. I mean, you just never know what a conversation can lead to. So we're here to help in any way.
Absolutely. Well, that wraps up episode 1 of the It's Real podcast. Kayla, great to see you.
Always a pleasure, Andy.
We'll see you.
Bye.